Hi guys, welcome back. I'm Owen Hemsley, and welcome to R5 Reviews. Today I'll be reviewing the game Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. This game was made in 2013, and it's an open-world swashbuckling action game, and it's developed by Ubisoft and Ubisoft Montreal. I will be reviewing the Xbox 360 and PS3 version of the game, because basically I'm not rich enough to have a PS4 or a very good computer. This version, or these versions, were released in October 2013. This game is the 6th game in the series, after Assassin's Creed 3, and this game kind of has two storylines at the same time. There is the modern world part of it, which is where your character is in real life, but you access a thing called the Animus, which is kind of like a really big virtual computer simulation, which basically takes you back in time to someone like an ancestor's memories. And this is where the assassin comes into it. The assassin storyline takes place in time before Assassin's Creed 3, just to confuse things. It's set in the 18th century Golden Age of Piracy in the Caribbean, and the main character in this game is called Captain Jack Sparrow. Nah, just kidding. Edward Kenway, and this is the grandfather of the main character of Assassin's Creed 3. The game has new features such as pirate ship-based exploration, but it still has all the things that were in the previous games, such as melee combat, so sword fighting and stuff like that, stealth mode and shooting. There is also a multiplayer mode, but it's quite limited. It's just bad. Right, now onto the review. Well, first of all, the controls. Well, as I've only played a little bit of an Assassin's Creed game before, which by the way was Assassin's Creed 3, it took me quite a while to actually even be able to get used to the controls. Because at first, being honest, I absolutely hated the controls. For example, when climbing up a building, the character sometimes just stopped climbing at a critical moment. For example, when I was chasing someone and had a certain amount of time I need to get there in. So that could get quite annoying. However, after a while, I learned to actually really like the controls, because when you know how to use them, they can offer amazing maneuverability and speed of your character. You can jump from building to building, rooftop to rooftop with ease, and jump down enemies and kill them instantly, if you know how to. Within combat, the controls are excellent, because with a lot of enemies, you have the choice to either do a normal attack, so like slicing them with a sword, a counter attack, which basically takes their attack and kind of slings them to the side, or to break their defense, which basically tries to tackle their weapon off of them. With more difficult enemies, for example in this game, a Spanish captain, you have to use like this kind of tactical fighting, but at the same time you have to be fast paced because it's sword fighting, which makes it not only fun to play, but it also makes it awesome to look at, because these controls and like fighting, mixed with the brilliant animation of this game, makes for almost movie-like sequences, which are awesome to watch when you're watching someone else play it. And let's not forget the shooting involved in this game. If you're really stuck and you really need to get rid of a few more enemies, you can always just pull out a flintlock pistol. Damn campers! Next up, the challenge level. How hard is this game? Well, I may just be really bad at this game, but in my opinion, this game is extremely hard. More so at the beginning of the game, because when you don't have any good weapons, or anything like any good armor, or like anything like that, and if you're like me, Noob. When you're not used to the Assassin's Creed control system, at first I was completely like stuck at after the introduction. But then it would have been harder for me because I hadn't really played much Assassin's Creed. In this game, there's not really much. There isn't a choice on what difficulty you have the game on, so no easy, medium, or hard setting. But each section of the map, like the map is divided up, has its own difficulty. And within the storyline, you will travel across all these parts of the map. And the storyline therefore gradually increases its difficulty, which gives the player a chance to upgrade anything they have, like for example by hunting animals and crafting their skins, or like upgrading their pirate ships' cannons, for example. So basically they can attack the steadily increasing difficulty of opposition and enemies. So even though it's a hard game, it is fair because it gradually increases it. Next up, the most important thing, how fun is this game? Well, apart from me personally getting frustrated at first with the unfamiliar control system, there is nothing in this game, well, in the main single-player mode, which I don't enjoy. There is a lot to talk about. Like for example, the actual map itself, it's rich, detailed, imaginative, believable, like you can actually believe that's what it was like at the time, and also absolutely huge. It's miles. A lot of people may argue, yes, a lot of it is just sea, but then again, it has to be like that because it's a pirate-based game. So, then there's the actual combat itself, which I've already mentioned. But there's also things like assassinations, such as jumping from a building, stabbing someone, or hiding in a haystack, waiting for someone to come near them, and then stabbing them and dragging them into the haystack so nobody sees. Hey, I see what you did there. Get it? Hey. Never mind. These kind of assassinations really add to the contrast of the fighting in the game. There's the actual exploration side of the game, because a lot of the completion of the game, like to get 100%, is down to finding things such as treasure chests or things called Animus fragments. I'm not quite sure what these actually are, but you can still collect them. And these are spread throughout the map. There's lots of other things. There are also things called viewpoints on the map. These are fairly self-explanatory. These usually involve climbing to a very high particular point on the map, which are all marked on the map. And then when you're there, pressing a button to synchronize, and this basically fills in the detail of the map and the area surrounding where you've just climbed up. This therefore gives more detail on where to find more things like treasure chests and that, and this therefore makes sure that any players that are interested in playing the game actually bother to explore the map, not just rushing through the storyline. There are many other smaller points which add to the game, such as crafting holsters for pistols, crafting armour, upgrading swords, and you can even customise your pirate ship's appearance. Welcome to my ship of swag and weapons. The storyline itself is something I actually enjoy completing. This mixed with the brilliant cutscenes, voice acting, and the action involved really make for a rich experience. In conclusion, the storyline is very good fun. The exploration and the map side of it is amazing. And all of the other things, such as going to bars, crafting, hiring prostitutes, hunting animals, and of course the pirate ship battles, add to the richness and complexity of the game. I could happily spend hours just taking over enemy ships and taking all of their resources and not even be completing any of the main game, and I wouldn't even get bored. The sounds in this game really add to the atmosphere, such as the shanties, which are pirate songs, and the more of the game you complete, the more songs your crew learn. The combat never gets tiresome, and I would therefore seriously recommend this game. Yes, there are a few annoying points, like sometimes the controls can be a bit annoying, and the multiplayer is a bit empty. But I would still seriously recommend this game if you've been unfortunate enough not to play it. But like I said, the emptiness of the multiplayer doesn't even really matter because there is so much in the single player, which I hope I've made clear. So as long as you don't care about having friends, I would give this game an 8.5 out of 10. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to share, subscribe and like. If you have any ideas for games for me to review, or have any further questions about this video, please just comment below and I'll happily take your views into account. Thanks for watching and see you later.